Brito, what are you announcing today?
Today we're announcing the combination between Anheuser-Busch InBev and Grupo Modelo. It's a natural next step in our long-standing relationship. Our relationship goes back for 20 years. We've known the people of Modelo. We admire them a lot. They built a great business in Mexico and abroad, and we're very excited to be able to join the rich history, heritage, and very talented people from both companies in one. I truly think that we can together do much more than separate companies, and therefore it's a win-win for everybody.
Why does this transaction make sense?
We've known each other for a long time, therefore, and I think the knowledge we bring to the table is very complementary, and we already own 50% of Grupo Modelo, and I think this would be the final and natural next step in terms of combining these two great businesses. I also think the combined portfolio of brands is going to be an amazing one, in that we're going to have 7 out of the top 10 most valuable brands in the world, beer brands. So I think it's going to be an amazing portfolio to continue to expand and support. And the other reason is Mexico as a market today, and as a market that will generate a lot of the growth going forward for the beer industry together with China and Brazil. Mexico is a very strong economy in Latin America, has very strong macroeconomics going for it, and also very good demographics for a business. So I think all in all, it's one of those combinations that together we can do much more than apart.
How is this transaction going to affect AB InBev?
Anheuser-Busch InBev will be an even more global company. Our portfolio of brands will be enriched. We're going to span our footprint across 24 countries. And the estimated revenues for the combined company for 2012 will be $47 billion, with 400 million hectoliters of beer being sold. And 150,000 people will have even more opportunities on a global basis to develop their careers. So very exciting in terms of the new combined company.
How does Corona fit in with Budweiser?
Well, Corona will join Budweiser as one of our global flagship brands, and these 2 brands will join Stella Artois and Beck's as part of our 4 global brands. And the beauty of this new enriched portfolio is that these brands complement each other in terms of positioning. So Corona is more about the Mexican heritage and a relaxed lifestyle. Budweiser is more about optimism and celebration. Stella Artois is more about sophistication, and Beck's is more of a contemporary beer.
What are your plans for Grupo Modelo in Mexico?
Fundamentally, there will be no change in Mexico. We have a huge respect for Grupo Modelo and for what they have built in Mexico in terms of brands and business. We intend to keep the name, the local board, and the headquarters of the company in Mexico City. Consumers will continue to enjoy Grupo Modelo's brands, and there will be significant opportunities for our Grupo Modelo's employees to launch more global careers within the combined company.
How is this going to affect the U.S. market?
Grupo Modelo, by the time of the closing, will sell its 50% ownership in the Crown joint venture to Constellation, and Constellation will have 100% after that of Crown. Crown will remain the sole importer of Grupo Modelo's Mexican brands into the U.S. market, and therefore will manage everything that relates to Grupo Modelo's brands in the U.S., things like marketing, pricing, distribution. In a nutshell, this transaction does not affect our AB InBev U.S. business or wholesaler community.
How will you create value from combining the 2 businesses?
Well, this combination is about growth and investments. The value will be created by an amazing portfolio of brands that will be put together. We'll have the opportunity to further expand Corona on a global basis. We'll have synergies of $600 million that will come from best practice sharing and global procurement. And as a company, AB InBev has a very strong track record on integrating businesses and on delivering on synergies.
Why should consumers be excited by this transaction?
For consumers, it's about more choice. They will have more choice in Mexico, and that they'll have the brands they're used to, plus other AB InBev brands that will be introduced in the Mexican market. And consumers in other markets where we have business will also have a richer portfolio to shop from. So it's about choice.
What's your favorite Modelo beer?
No, Corona Extra for sure.
And what happens now?
Well, until the transaction closes, it's of course business as usual. We just announced the transaction today. We expect the transaction to close in the first quarter of 2013, and we look forward to learning from each other during the coming months.